Hey, today I'm going to be talking about facts about me. If you've ever wondered about who am I and random facts about me, this is the video to watch. I'm going to be super vulnerable in this video. Here we go, let's get started. I was born in Pakistan in a city called Rawalpindi, and I spent the first 13 years of my life there. I have two older brothers. The most unusual job I've had, I would say, is probably harvesting those big birds of paradise flowers. You know the ones I'm talking about? Surprisingly, pretty hard work. I'll just show you. My go-to comfort food is definitely chicken, and I would consider cheese as a bonus on top of that. Specifically, the chicken thigh with the bone in and the skin on. It's important. It can't be that boneless stuff and that skinless stuff. And I want it baked in a specific way. I've had some recurring dreams, sometimes like when you become lucid and you end up just like flying every time. I actually have had a paranormal experience. I experienced a Min Min light. I didn't know at the time what it was, but I saw a light in the distance. Apparently in the Aboriginal culture is called a Min Min light, and you get like this sense of almost like attraction that you want to follow the light. Initially what I thought it was, because it was nighttime, I thought it was like equipment lighting. Later I realized I haven't actually heard any vehicle sounding, and then the light like went away. So that was pretty interesting. Domestically, I definitely want to check out Western Australia. I've been to North Queensland a few times. This is the thing, I have a very particular relationship with cold. It's really hard for me to tolerate cold. I can tolerate heat way better than cold. My travel destinations involve places that are like closer to the equator. I don't really have one answer for this. I want to explore everywhere. If I had to come up with a destination on the spot, I feel like New Zealand would probably be the first place that I feel like, why haven't I checked it out yet? It's that close. The most adventurous thing has been life itself for me. Every time there's like new twists and turns and I'm trying to catch up and I'm trying to adapt, and today I've had a very adaptable day. Let's just say that there was a lot to adapt to. But the most adventurous thing that I haven't done that I would like to do is skydiving. I just need to convince someone else to go with me. Do you want to go skydiving? I wish I was better at doing maths in my head. I know there's some of you out there who can just crunch the numbers, and it slightly bothers me, but I'm grateful that you exist, because every time I have a problem, I'll come to you. But I wish I had that. I don't know if it would make things easier or harder. Well, my morning routines are pretty basic actually. I'd like to include a coffee enema if I can. Get on with my day. I take a shower. Sometimes it feels like I'm collecting these bits. You know, every artist out there, can you tell me? You know what this is, right? You get a whole bag of them with every canvas that you buy that's pre-made. And sometimes when you're trying to fit it into the frame, they can never fit exactly snug and they'll just slip out. Feels like I'm collecting these. It's unwilling. I don't want to be collecting these. What am I going to do with this now? You understand my frustration? I love whale sharks and I like aquatic animals in general. I also like birds. I like so many animals. My favorite animal has been the species of birds itself, like just those small birds. It's that time of the year right now where we're in winter in Australia. There's some birds that have migrated from down south up to here, and I'm just hearing so many beautiful bird sounds. That's my favorite animal right now. We all know what's not the answer to this question, which is winter. Winter is my least favorite season. I like spring or summer, preferably summer, because you never can get like those really cold days. But in saying that, I have experienced summer in Adelaide once, where nighttime temperatures got so low that you need a heater and a quilt, and I'm not okay with that type of summer. If that's the type of summer, no season is my favorite. I actually do have 3 tattoos. I've got some piercings that are closing up now, some you can see already. That would be the category of reality TV shows. I've come to accept my addiction to reality TV show. I'm not proud of this. Sometimes I can spend like an entire day pretty much just binging one TV show, episode after episode, after season after season. Yeah. Yes, so this is the quote by Carl Sagan called "The Pale Blue Dot." No, I'm kidding. That one's a really long quote. I like that one too. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. And that quote is by Anais Nin. What I love about this quote is that it recognizes that there is pain in staying where you are, and there's also pain in moving into the direction that you want to go in. But the thing is, you take the risk of which pain do you want to take. I think it's like grounded in reality. It's not trying to paint an unrealistic picture of like, this is what healing looks like and everything's fine. No, like either way, there's going to be difficulties. It's just about being conscious of that. So yeah, I love that. Well, one day I woke up and I decided that I wanted to climb a mountain. And I did. I climbed Mount Warning, and when I got to the summit, I looked at the time, it was actually 11:11. So I took that as a synchronicity confirmation that this is like, it was a beautiful moment, like the clarity was really good. Unfortunately, now we can't climb Mount Warning due to political issues. Of course, I've lived in Pakistan. As a young Muslim girl, my experience has obviously been quite limited. It wasn't all negative, but unfortunately the immediate surroundings, the situation in my life made it quite negative. Right now, I feel like I'm at a place where I want to discover the positive aspects as well, and it's almost feeling like I'm developing a reconnection back to my roots to sort of get to discover more of myself during the process. Yeah, I actually do have a nickname. It's called Guriya, which means doll. As far as I know, they were waiting to name me, and during the time, the transitionary name was that. Ironically enough, growing up, I did have a lot of dolls that I used to play with, but after moving to Australia, I wasn't able to bring them with me. I am super proud of where I am in life right now. Every single decision and every single choice that I made to get to this position. This might get me emotional. It is so good to recognize all your achievements. I talk about that a lot, but when it comes to applying it in my own life, I've not been doing it enough. And thinking about this question, what achievement am I most proud of? This question has made me realize this. I'm going to be making an effort to recognize, and I'm proud of the fact that I have the self-awareness that I want to improve, because I know what it's like to be in the opposite way, where you want to stay stuck, and you're proud of the fact that you're stuck because at least you know who you are. But if you try to be anything, it's so different and scary that why even bother trying? I've been in that stuck position as well. Knowing that contrast, I'm proud of where I am now, and I do value self-awareness because of that. I have several of these types of eureka moments, which is kind of like where you realize that everything in your life is happening for you instead of to you. And I've had more of them recently. I don't get them every day. Kind of wish I got it a lot more, but it's those moments where you just, and it puts you immediately in a state of gratitude. I love those moments. Sure, why not? I'm not passionately raising awareness about it. I don't think that it's worth investing into as much as some people have invested a lot of their time and energy into. I feel like being grounded more and having more of like that self-perspective is a lot more valuable to me in my life, honestly. The thought for some people is like a really inspiring thought. Maybe it makes them feel like they're not alone. I'm not using that thought for that. It's more of just like a possibility for me. But at the same time, I do watch almost religiously The Secret of the Skinwalker Ranch. If you've followed that show, you know there's some freaky things that are going on that we cannot explain fully. Yes, I actually have written a short story. It got channeled to me. I remember that it pretty much filled like this entire booklet that I had. I started writing and I didn't stop. It was continuous writing. And I don't remember how long I was writing for, but it was from the perspective of a fetus. If you're interested in that, I could possibly release it. Yes, I speak my native language, but I'm not so fluent anymore, unfortunately. I would actually like to practice it more. So that was a lot of vulnerability for me to share all those facts about me, but I'm glad I did. So tell me, what was the most surprising or interesting fact for you? I'd love to hear from you.